Hey, good day, good day. What's up, YouTube? How you doing? This is Robert Brown with the Bob Report again with this 25 by 25 effort to hit a goal here at the Bob TV network of $500 plus to upgrade some equipment to kind of speed up this laptop and so I can get back to live streaming. Um, in a I just need to get back to live streaming. This laptop sucks. It sucks. It sucks. It sucks. It's old too. So, and right now I'm working on this laptop, and the camera that I got is a decent camera, but this camera is able to do 4K at 60 frames per second. Good lighting. I need one more light to go here. The light that I have here is battery charge, and I need something power charge. And you guys are helping me with that effort. So 25 by 25. I'm going to be up 25 hours straight putting out content until I can get 25 people willing to donate $25. So help a brother out. I'm tired. and But it's all for a good cause. Want to make sure I reach that goal to do what I need to do to get some upgrades done here to the Bob TV network. So 25 by 25 is 25 hours to get 25 people to donate $25 to the effort of Bob TV. And I appreciate you for it. Let's get into the story. Hey, before you do anything, smash that like button. Hit the like button, subscribe. Make sure you subscribe because they will unsubscribe you. YouTube don't like me. They really don't. Hit the notification bell, mainly the one that says always. So when the video drop, whoop, there it is. You'll know about it just like that. And more importantly, if you feel like you can be one of those 25 by 25 brigade members, this remnant that I'm trying to develop, this crew, this team that's gonna have my back in this effort. And we already got 2 people on it, so we got a long way to go. We got 23 more people to go, but we already got 2 people who donated $25 to the campaign, and I'm going to post them up as members of the brigade, the 25 by 25 brigade, and we're looking for more people. We got a long way. I have to reach this goal, and I made a commitment that I'm not going to sleep until I reach it. At least for 25 hours. After 25 hours, I'll take a quick nap, and then I'm going to start it all over again Sunday until I reach that goal. So help a brother out. Anyway, let's get into it. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, who represent my district in the Bronx, represent district in Queens. You know, I was all gung-ho about her. I knew little things about Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, dealing with students and working as a waitress at a restaurant here in New York. And she took out one of the biggest, as you already know, politicians in the United States. Took him cold out. She was shocked. I mean, this guy was being groomed to replace Nancy Pelosi, Joe Crowley. Joe Corrupt Crowley. And it's time that in this digital age, we have people like me. I don't even want to mention Sam Cedar. Oh, God. Tim Black, Nico House. You know, I'd rather mention H.A. Goodman before I mention Sam Cedar. At least H.A. Goodman is, he's gone all the way Trump. At least he's gone all the way. He ain't coming back to Bernie or nothing like that. But I'd rather the person that go all the way than the person that stays in the middle. You know, so, and, you know, people like Tim Mack, Jamal Thomas, Ron Pacone, just a whole lot of other people. My boy in San Diego, my nephew, LB the Surrealist, go check out his channel. My brother can rap his behind off. Remind me when I was younger, spitting bars. He got great music. He's a good political commentator. And I want y'all to go check the brother out and give him a thumbs up, like him, check out some of his podcasts, check out some of his video. The young man he's good. He's good. And you'll like him, you'll like him. So go check out his channel. And but let's get into the story. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, who lives in New York, works in New York like me, calls Bloomberg out for the crook that he is. And I agree with just about everything she said. Let's get into the story. Got to excuse me. Ocasio-Cortez rips Bloomberg on stop and frisk as just a billionaire trying to cover up from authoritarian and racist policies. Stop and frisk was an unconstitutional, devastating practice for the entire city. Story by Jake Johnson from Common Dreams. Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez said Thursday that Democratic presidential candidate and businessman Michael Bloomberg is still kind of beyond me. At least I know Bernie Sanders caucused with the Democrats, been caucusing with the Democrats seemed like forever. But this person who was a Republican became an independent to run in New York, served about 8 years in New York, and then decides that, okay, I want to be a Democrat and run for president. I call that a person just confused. You know, this guy's something else. Anyway, Ocasio said he's just a billionaire trying to cover up authoritarian and racist policies. If he does not commit to providing relief to those ensnared by the racist stop and frisk policy he supported as mayor in New York City, will people get their records expunged? Will young people get sucked up into the spider web of incarceration, get their lives back? Ocasio-Cortez asked on Twitter in response to Bloomberg's article about its owner's effort to move past his record on stop and frisk, which has received renewed scrutiny in recent days. So let me stop here. Bro, you can move past that as all you want. The people who you affected, they can't move past that. Some of them are still in freaking jail right now because you fished for information. Then you got dirty road cops who's trying to get quotas and trying to impress their superiors because they have these inspiring dreams, willing to plant drugs on people and send them to jail. And it start with stop and frisk. So you, with all your money, can move past, move on, but it ain't that easy, man. And it's not going to be that easy for you. It's like Joe Biden said, I crafted the crime bill, but I want to move on. Dude, you crafted this thing. You the one developed this with, as you say, your bare hands. You the one got on the Senate floor and preached why you need to just lock black people up. No matter, I don't care how far gone they're on, they're without hope. There's no hope for them. We got to get them straight before he knocked my grandmother outside the head. Your words, Joe Biden. And the same thing with Bloomberg. In his words, we're going to go into that audio pretty soon, probably tomorrow, because I got to dig that up. I really don't need to go through it because Benjamin Dixon did an incredible job on exposing him on audio, tape, and even video. So you can try to move past this, but we as black people should not let that man move past this. I believe in forgiveness, yeah, but you on purpose attack people with this policy, and too many black people are affected by these policies. Too many Hispanics are affected by this policy, and I'm telling both of them, y'all need to put the heat on this brother because he's trying to brush past this, hoping you'll vote for him and put him in office. Why in the blue hell would we vote for this man and put him on a national level to do stop and frisk? Why would we do that? And here Donald Trump gonna call this man racist. Dude, you can't call nobody racist. You love the policy. You endorsed the policy. You're on record talking about how great it was. You said you want to do this nationally. So you as president want to do this nationally. He wants to become president so he can enforce this nationally. And you really, man, go ahead, Bloomberg. My people need to wake up. This guy is not your friend. I know you want to get Trump out of office bad, but not by any means necessary because you're going to get another Trump in office, a beta version of Trump. The only difference between Bloomberg and Trump is he don't talk nasty. He's not brash about his racism. He's low-key, undercover, stealth, in the cut with his racism. She said unless there's restorative justice. Let me go back to what she said because it's true. Bruh, are you going to expunge their records? My question to that, Ocasio, no. Did he expunge it when he was the mayor? No. So why would he expunge it as president? Yeah, he too lazy to run for governor. He don't want to do this. He's just doing this to stop Bernie Sanders because he know Bernie Sanders is going to get in that money. Will young people sucked into the spider web of incarceration get their lives back if you become president? No, you want to be able to do these things and say, yeah, I did it. Yeah, now, yeah, what? I was wrong. Yada, yada, yada. Let's move on. Make me president. You must be out your mind. Anyway, she said, unless there's restorative justice, there's no moving on from stop and frisk. Just like there's no moving on from that crime bill. Ocasio endorses Senator Sanders in 2020 Democratic presidential race. Ocasio-Cortez comments came days after progressive radio host Benjamin Dixon posted a Twitter and audio clip of a 2015 speech in which Bloomberg defended stop and frisk as necessary and dismisses harm as unintended consequences. Unintended consequences, bruh? Really, Mr. Rich billionaire man who don't even like to really touch black people, don't want black people to touch you? Like we're going to give you all these kind of germs? Really, Shorty Doo-Wop, that you want to dismiss this as unintended consequences? No, this was calculated. It was planned. It was strategized. Just like it was with the crime bill, you plotted and planned it. Well, you didn't start it. You just perfected it. That freaking Rudy Giuliani pushed this thing first. Now, since let's listen to Benjamin Dixon talk about Bloomberg. Now, what we're going to do here, we're going to listen to Benjamin Dixon talk the audio tape of Mayor Bloomberg doing this mess. And guys, I'm with him. Share this far and wide. Share this with your grandmothers. Share this with your aunties. You know, the older women that's going to go out there and just vote for this guy that's going to do more harm to black people on a national level. I don't understand why people think you could come out with these policies, do damage to a certain sector of the community, and expect the community to vote you in that you hurt. It don't make sense. And if we educate our elderly people about this situation, then they won't make the decision. See, they're going based on how they primarily get their information, and most of the time, we get our information from TV, whether it's the news that's always biased, fake or real, all of them fake to me. Whether it's a family member that's probably more astute, more intellectual, who you go to for political advice. See, I had my auntie come to me for political advice. I should have said, pay me for my advice. My auntie came to me for political advice and asked me who to vote for. So I told her, why don't you check the record of everybody running for office? Find out what they did in the past, find out what they're doing now, and what they did in the future. You want to find somebody who works hard for the working class, not a person that works hard for the corporate class. You want to find somebody who don't hate corporations, but hate when corporations try to take advantage of people. Those things you want. You want to find out what they voted on. You know, their success is so much. But anyway, let me get into this as, you know, I want my boy Benjamin Dixon did an excellent interview of Mayor de Blasio. Not Mayor de Blasio, but he did an excellent piece on Bloomberg. Let's listen to this.
95% of your murderers and murder victims fit one MO. You can just take the description, Xerox it, and pass it out to all the cops. They are male, minorities, 15 to 21. That's true in New York, it's true in virtually every city. And that's where the real crime is. You've got to get the guns out of the hands of the people that get killed. So you've got to, if you want to spend the money, a lot of cops in the street.
Now we're going to go back and watch this. Give me a moment.
Ninety-five percent of your murderers and murder victims fit one MO. You can just take the description, Xerox it, and pass it out to all the cops. They are male, minorities, 15 to 21. That's true.
All right, guys. Again, this is the reason why I'm doing the 25 by 25. My freaking computer can't handle me playing a video nowadays. So let's see if we can minimize the screen and play it again. I want you guys to understand, I've talked to you about this situation before when I was telling you about the Legal Shield program, that we had over a dozen NYPD police officers who said that they were being pressured by their superiors to target Black and Latino neighborhoods and Black Latinos between 15 and 21. Now, this audio from Bloomberg, it validates everything that I said in that video. It validates everything that they said in that video, because even to this day, they're still trying to pressure police officers to target Black and Latino neighborhoods and target Black and Latino kids from 15 to 25. Now, a lot of people saying, oh, they just make that up. They're just cops that having issues, and believe me, they were being attacked. Other officers were attacking them. They was calling them sellouts and things like that. I'm a sellout. I came to be a police officer to serve and protect, not to beat up and harass, not to fish for information. I didn't come to do anything. I didn't come to pull up an innocent person, fish for information, run their license, run their social security number to see if they got a bench warrant or whatever. That's not my job. And every time I do that and find out there's nothing there, I have to try to justify why I just slammed them, why I allowed you, because I'm not going to slam them on the ground, but why I just sat there and watched you slam them on the ground and pretty much put your knee to their neck. Or put your forearm to the back of their head and press their face on a hard brick wall. Because that's what happened in these neighborhoods in New York City. Quite sure it's happening in yours. He validates this. So what those officers were saying is true. And that's why I am on a mission to go to every parent-teacher association I can get to, every after-school program I can go to. I'm hitting these youth development organizations first to tell their parents about this program, to encourage them to participate in this program, not only to protect their babies, but to protect them too, because they go beyond 15 to 25. It's usually if you're Black and Latino and it looked like you're up to something, go get them. And here he is with this smug on his face, old racist battle axe. I almost called him something else. Explaining his targets.
95% of your murderers and murder victims fit one MO. You can just take the description, Xerox it, and pass it out to all the cops. They are male, minority.
You hear that? You could just take the description, you could Xerox it, and pass it to every cop. He's not saying this just to be saying this. This is a direct order from the mayor to the chief of police in New York City. At that time, I forgot his name. God, I can't think of his name. I met him. I shook his hand because my godkid's grandmother participated in the community policing program. We went to see her graduated. I met this guy. I can't think of his name. He's not there no more. But this was zero and copied and told to every cop that this is what you look for.
Already 15 is one of them. That's true in New York. It's true in virtually every city. And
you hear that?
That's where the real crime is. You've got to get the guns out of the hands of the people that get killed.
You got to get the guns out of the hand of people that's going to get you killed. Most of these people don't have guns, but their whole point of stop and frisk is to get the guns off the street. So we assume that most black men and most Latino men got guns, and we got to get them off the street. They don't talk about them gun carrying NRA people. We got to get the guns on the street. Why don't you go to the white neighborhoods and get the guns on the street? They got more guns than anybody. They got guns and all kind of guns. But you want to Xerox and pass it along, or in today's vernacular, you want to copy and paste the descriptions that you're going to target. And he, as mayor, is giving this up to Police Chief Kelly. That's his last name, Kelly. And Kelly is passing it on down to all the precincts that you're going to look for. This is how you meet your quota. This is how you get the information. This is how you check to see if they got any guns or any drugs or whatever. They're black and Latinos, 15. Let's go back and listen to the mayor himself. This racist son of a gun himself, assuming 95% of all the crime are coming from the black neighborhoods. They're not coming from the white neighborhoods. They're not coming from the Asian neighborhoods or the Jewish neighborhoods. They're coming from the black and Latino neighborhoods. That's racist just saying that. Let's go back.
You want to spend the money for a lot of cops in the street, put those cops where the crime is, which means in the minority neighborhoods. So it's one of the unintended consequences is people say, oh my God, you are arresting kids for marijuana that are all minorities. Yes, that's true. Why? Because
you hear that? He admits it. Yes, that's true. Why? And he's getting ready to say, because we put all the cops in the minority neighborhoods. Why? Why?
Because we put all the cops in the minority neighborhoods. Yes, that's true. Why do we do it? Because that's where all the crime is. And the way you get.
Yes, we do it because that's where all the crimes are. All the crimes are in the black and Latino neighborhoods. All the crimes, and most of the crimes are being done from black youth and Latino youth 15 to 25. All. He said all the crime is done in the black neighborhoods, and all the crimes are not done in the black neighborhoods. All mean every last one. He didn't say 50%, 60, 75%. He said all. And he said, I'm giving the orders to Chief Kelly. This is how we're going to achieve our goals of stop and frisk. You're going to stop and frisk black males, Latino males, and in between. Females got involved with that too. We're going to stop and frisk them at that age. Why? Because we need to get the guns off the street. But you're arresting too many kids for some of the smallest things like marijuana or whatever. We know, but we have to put all the cops in those neighborhoods because that's where all the crime is. You racist son of a...
The guns out of the kids' hands is to throw them against the wall and frisk them. And then
you hear that?
They say, oh, I don't want that. I don't want to get caught, so they don't bring the gun. They still have a gun, but they leave it at home. 95% of your...
He's assuming they got a gun. I don't want to get caught with the guns, so I leave my gun home. Why would a person leave a gun home? The whole purpose of a gun is to protect yourself. Why would you leave it home? And why are you assuming every person have a gun? For you do your study, fool, you find out more white people have more guns than anybody. You don't see blacks and Latinos packing out the gun shows, racist mother. He said 95% of your murders, 95, that's majority, murders and murder victims, murderers
and murder victims fit one MO.
Fits one MO. So majority of your murderers, your murder victims, fit one MO. And you can take a description, Xerox it, and pass it out to all the cops.
You can just take the description, Xerox it, and pass it out to all the cops. They are male.
They are male minorities. Male minorities. Minorities, let's start at the top. Black. Second, Latinos. Third, Native Americans. Not that many in New York, but Native Americans. We're a melting pot. We are full of minorities. Go down the line, maybe some Arabs, maybe some Guyanians, because Guyanians come in different colors. Anybody that's non-white. Nah, we ain't gonna mess with the Asians. They don't do stuff like that. Because one police officer said he was told to leave everybody alone but Asians and whites. And if you want to meet your quota, which we expect you to have in the box in the morning, you need to get your butt down to the black neighborhoods and meet your quota. So if you have to slam somebody up against the wall and search them and fish them for information and write a summons for something that they ain't do, at least you got a number to put in the box. But don't come back until you got a number to put in the box. Let's keep going.
Minorities, 15 to 25. That's true in New York. It's true in virtually every city.
He says true in New York, and it's true in virtually every city in America. You know something? If I went around saying, man, all women are hateful, and you would call me a sexist because you can't put a label like that on all women. Come to find out, majority of women are sweet, considerate, and kind. The reason you'll find a lot of hateful women is because men probably did something to make them bitter. You know, so I'm not going to label nobody like that. He's literally labeling black teens and Latino teens, or minorities, in his words, minorities. It's like, I hate when women tell me all men are dogs. No, they're not. Just because you got a man to dog you out don't mean all us men are dogs. You a dog for saying something like that. But anyway, let's keep going.
And that's where the real crime is. You've got to get the guns out of the hands of the people that get you.
That's where the real crime is. You got to get the gun out of the hands of the people that are getting killed. That don't even make sense. Let me read that again. That's where the real crime is. He's saying the real crimes are in the black and Latino neighborhoods. Real crimes are not in our neighborhoods. Oh, white people don't do that. White people don't commit crimes. And if there are crimes, they're not real crimes. See, in this statement, he said, that's where the real crime is. Is there such thing as a fake crime? He said, you got to get the guns out of the hands of the people that are getting killed. I don't even understand that. You got to get the guns out the hands of the people that are getting killed? Don't you want to get the guns out of the hands of the people that are going around killing? This guy's confusing.
She's going to want to spend the money, put a lot of cops in the street.
We want to spend a lot of money to put a lot of cops on the streets where the crime is, which means it's in minority neighborhoods. So let's give them a raise. Don't get me wrong. In New York, being a cop pays good money. I think you start off about 60 grand. Brand new, fresh out of academy, you make 60 grand. By your third year, or at least your fifth year, I believe, you move from 60 grand to 90 grand. Now, where in America where you can make 90 grand working somewhere just in 5 years? And there's all kind of programs to assist cops. So their job is to recruit people into the police force and bring a lot of perks with it. They have a police officers union that protect these cops Win, lose, or draw, mistake or not, they're going to fight for their officers. They can kill your kid in the middle of the night, and they're going to do whatever they can to protect their officer, even if they are in the wrong. Me as a union organizer, if I see something go wrong, I ain't going to vouch for that. You go in there and slap your boss in the face tomorrow, I'm not fighting for you. You get fired, you know not to do nothing stupid like that. You asked to get fired. We ain't gonna try to fight for your job for that dumb mess. So you can go back and slap him again? No, we ain't doing that. So here's Bloomberg. Bloomberg, the guy who's polling the 15% hoodwinking black people with these ads of cute puppy dogs saying vote for Mike Bloomberg. How in the hell you fall for a stupid puppy ad dog with puppies on it? Oh, look at the cute cat, cute puppies talking about vote for Bloomberg. Oh, that make me feel so freaking good. Well, he wasn't puppying around with your grandson, and he wasn't puppying around with your son. He was slamming them on the wall, moving their face back and forth on the brick on the wall, brutalizing them to get information out of them, trying to find out where a gun is that they don't have. They're using this as an excuse to get guns off the street when it really was an excuse to put black men in jail for some of the dumbest reasons so he can flood up the private prison system to get free labor for his buddies in different industries. And you want this brother to do this nationwide. Almost done.
Those cops where the crime is, which means in minority neighborhoods. So it's one of the unintended consequences is people say, oh my God, you are arresting kids for marijuana, they're all minorities. Yes, that's true.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I know we're arresting all these kids for marijuana and all that. I know, yep, that's true. We're arresting them. Why? Because we put all the cops in the minority neighborhoods. So you're going to see them get arrested in huge numbers because we put all the cops in the neighborhoods because we believe all the crime is happening in your neighborhood because that stuff don't happen in my neighborhood where rich, white, wealthy people live at. We go to the black, poor neighborhoods or the middle class neighborhoods because we know y'all always up to no good. Bunch of ratchet trash ain't nothing up to no good. Now this is a billionaire plutocrat, an oligarch, just like Trump, an oligarch, who don't give a crap about you. All they care about is their self-interest. I mean, shout out to Ben, man, for finding this piece of, I mean, there's stuff you can look up, but to actually hear him say this out his mouth, whoo, that pisses me off, and it should piss you off. And every person that has somebody that's talking about voting for Bloomberg need to let them listen to this tape. How in the hell you gonna vote for this man? And he's saying that I instituted policies to brutalize your kids because I had a mission, get guns off the streets. No, that wasn't the mission. The mission was to fill up the private prison system so my buddies in business can get free labor or close to free labor. We just use getting guns off the street as an excuse, as a deflection. So he'll get around with the Mayor's Association and have this gun conference, gun summit that we got to use stop and frisk on a national level to get these mayors to help get the gun. Because if it happened in New York, it's happening in your neighborhood too. So why don't you take my cookie cutter plan and institute it in your neighborhood? As a matter of fact, here's $100,000 so you can push it of my own money, so you can get the resources that you need. And you wonder why 100 mayors are backing Bloomberg. This guy ain't your friend, but let's keep going.
Why? Because we put all the cops in the minority neighborhoods. Yes, that's true. Why do we do it? Because that's where all the crime is. And the way you get the guns out of the kids' hands is to throw them against the wall and frisk them.
He admitted in this video, the way you get the guns out the kids' hands is to throw them up against the wall and frisk them. Now, they're not, look, the ratio of them actually finding kids with guns are so freaking low. Probably 1 out of 10 of the kids that they're throwing up against the wall actually have a gun. And when they found that out in the study, because they could not produce the guns, they were saying, you off the wall with this, Mayor Bloomberg. These kids don't got guns. So he's going to say, yeah, they got guns. They just keeping them at home. They're choosing not to bring it out. Fool, what's the reason for me to have a gun? To protect myself while I'm out, not protect myself while I'm home. And if I got one to protect my home, that is my First Amendment right. Second Amendment right. I'm messing up with my amendments. This guy is not your friend. This guy is actually anti-black, anti-Latino, and he'll do anything to help his rich buddies profit off the free labor or next to free labor of your children. His job is to get blacks and Latinos in jail by any means necessary to cater to the private prison system, which he believes strongly in, which he's invested in. You go look at his record, you'll find out he got huge investments in the private prison system, and the private prison system has no checks and balances. It's a private system. There's no checks and balance. They can do whatever the hell they want to do to you in that prison. There's no checks and balance. And they'll get you out there and take you on somebody's farm, and you sitting up there picking all this corn and everything for them, and you only make enough money to buy a pack of cigarettes for the rest of the week. Or to make a phone call. Get a couple of sodas out the machine and chips, and your money gone. You got to go right back out there and do all that hard labor out in the sun and get paid pennies to a dollar. Or you're going out there helping to sew Victoria's Secret drawers, and they smiling, sewing those drawers, not knowing, no, bruh, I know you like to see women's panties and everything, but they making you manufacture these panties. You're getting pennies on the dollar, and those pennies cost $25, $30. How much of that you get out of that? That's how the private prison system is going. And yeah, just to let you know, Victoria's Secret uses private prisoners to create those fancy negligees with the butt out in the back. I like them. They're beautiful on the right person, but prisoners made those. And there's a whole bunch of other stuff that prisoners, and I do understand. I believe prisoners should be able to work to get a decent check so they can buy the things they need in prison. I'm always for, if you put in good work, you should be paid decent, and using prison as an excuse is not good enough. That prisoners are supposed to rehabilitate you. But in these cases, most of these people are innocent. It's just like the drone strike program of the Barack Obama administration. Most of these people you kill with those drone strikes are innocent men, women, and children. It wasn't terrorists. And most of these people that Bloomberg was using stop or frisk against were innocent kids who had nothing, did nothing to nobody. Nothing. And the numbers proved him wrong, and now he's going around apologizing. Too late, Doc. The damage is done. The only way you can halfway make this up is take your freaking money and stop putting in freaking TV ads and put it in the community and try to earn their vote. But he don't think you were. I'm not giving my money to you. I'd rather give it to the ad executives. At least I can get a tax write. You can get a tax write-off giving money into the black community. You harm the black community. The least thing you should do is make restitution by helping them with some of your money. To me, if I was a lawyer, I would do a big old class action lawsuit, and I would say anybody that was affected by stop and frisk, want to sue the mayor, join this lawsuit. You deserve some of his money for the hell that he put you through. But nah, I got black people on social media talking about Bloomberg. That's why I say you got to stop being a slut voter. Get this No Slut Voting in 2020 t-shirt. Is available on the website. I'm going to keep saying that all day, every day, because I want that t-shirt sold. No Slut Voting in 2020.
And then they say, oh, I don't want that, I don't want to get caught, so they don't bring the gun. They still have a gun, but they leave it at home.
How do you know that? How do you know that your race is at? How do I know that? How do you know that your race is son of a gun? How do you know that they have a gun? You assume every black kid have a gun, you racist bastard. Yeah, I'm cussing. The case study proved that most of these kids that he arrested and thrown in jail, fished for information, had no weapon, had no prior charges. And if they had charges, the charges was dropped or it was expunged. Or they went to time, they did the crime, did the time, and were freed. And yet he got them going back over there. His excuse was they got a gun, they're just not bringing it out. How in the hell you know? You eat dinner with them? Oh, you ain't gonna eat dinner with nobody black. I bet your fried chicken disgusts you. How could you? I need my avocado on crackers, you bougie. I'm almost done. This whole piece is supposed to be about Alexandra Ocasio-Cortez. She said, look, after the clip went viral, but Bloomberg issued a statement distancing himself from past comments on Stop and Frisk. Bruh, you can run all you want. We gonna make sure these comments catch up with your behind and take you down. And I'm gonna be one of them. I wouldn't feel right as an American, and a black American at that, to have a person like this lead this country, just like I wouldn't feel right with Trump leading this country. I'm telling the Democrats they need to stop their chicanery. You know who's supposed to be running. Stop trying to stop him and let that man do his job so he can take Trump out of office. No, you guys rather put bull crap like this and try to push bull crap like this in the office, hoping black people just gonna bite it. We are not dumb. I mean, individually we do some stupid stuff, and individually we don't know any better. But in this generation, we go the extra mile to show you we can't keep doing this. And that's why I do these shows. I'm not doing it just for me. I'm doing it for my people. I'm doing it for all people. Because my people will go in and don't know who they voting for and just vote D down the line and not knowing that these people are almost like this person. Never looked at the record and see how racist they are. There's so many racists in the Democratic Party, just like there are racists in the Republican Party. More so in the Republican Party, but there's a bunch of racists in the Democratic Party. And here we got a guy who used to be a Republican, was a mayor, independent mayor in New York City. Now he wants to be a Democrat, but the racist, bougie oligarch that he is, that don't like people of color and is disgusted and almost want to throw up if you touch him, he wants you to believe that he's the best thing for you. And at the end of the day, him and Trump are buddies. They're wealthy oligarchs. They're gonna always be friends. They'll act like they hate each other to entertain you, but behind closed doors, they're best friends. This issue and my comment about it do not reflect my comments to criminal justice reform and racial equality, says Bloomberg. What? I'm sorry. Did this fool? See, that's why I tell you there's a difference between intellect and wisdom. There's people that got money, but they dumb as a sock. We just caught this fool on video, on audio, talking about why he had to do what he had to do. But then he said, this issue and my comments about it do not reflect my commitment to criminal justice reform and racial equity. Or racial, it probably should have been racial equity or racial equality, whatever. Bloomberg, this statement is insulting. You're going to say all of that on video behind closed doors, but when you get in public, you said this issue and my comments about it do not reflect my commitment to criminal justice reform. No, you don't care about criminal justice reform. You care about criminal justice profiteering. That's what you care about. You use that issue to fish for information, to get people locked up for some of the dumbest things, so you can have them do free labor on behalf of corporations, your buddies. And your record proved that. Ocasio told reporters Wednesday that she found Bloomberg's statement woefully inadequate, and I agree with her. This is a slap in the face, man. That's like Ike Turner. Ike Turner beat up Tina Turner, beat her to the point where you couldn't even recognize her sometimes. She couldn't do a show. And then Tina she said, that's it. I'm going to whoop his behind. You know, I remember my mom got beat by one of her boyfriends one day. She wouldn't even let us go in there to defend her. We were ready to kill that dude. I'm talking about kill him dead, kill that guy. Me, my brother had knives in our bed in the mattress. Next time we see that Negro, we gonna kill him. We were willing to go to jail for this man that was beating up on our mom. And to have that man beat my mom and come out and try to say she fell down and hit herself on the doggone bed and all that, and then she go to church using that same story. And I sat there and told the people at the church, Ma, you sitting up there lying. That man whooped your behind last night, and you wouldn't even let us stop him. And you know, she whooped me for telling that. She whooped me. She said, boy, when I get home, I'm going to whoop your behind. See, Bloomberg trying to cover up for what he said. How are you going to say these things about stop and frisk and say this don't reflect my views? That's just like my mama saying I fell down and hit myself on a bed when we know that man beat you up. I'm almost done. I think quite a few things happened under him as mayor, said Ocasio-Cortez. Frankly, we all know stop and frisk. That was my family. That was my community. That was my neighborhood. And we know this was a policy that decimated a lot of my family. Our work is licensed under the... and I agree with Ocasio-Cortez. I agree with her on this one. So I agree with Ocasio-Cortez. She was right on it going after Bloomberg. Now, we all know she's a Bernie surrogate. She's a Bernie supporter. And she's going to do whatever she can to show the contrast between Bernie Sanders and de Blasio. I mean, not de Blasio, but Mayor Bloomberg. Now, I have to honestly tell you, with Bernie Sanders supporting that crime bill, I hold his feet to the fire. I'm not giving him an excuse to say the Women's Violence Against Women Act was in that bill, therefore I was forced to sign that bill. I say that's still no excuse. If you knew how much that bill would damage the black community and the Latino community, if you knew that, you shouldn't have signed it. If you can go on the Senate floor and talk about how horrible this bill is, yet you still sign it, that's a problem with me. I would have personally said, look, I still can't sign it. Sorry. Ladies, they put this in the middle of a bill. They're trying to tell me I got to make a choice to protect you from the violence that happened to you, or allow them to craft a bill that's going to do 10 times more to the black community than it would do for you when it comes to violence against women. I am not for either one of them. So what I'm going to do is say no to this bill, this crime bill, and then I'm going to take up a bill to help you out on my own. I'm going to draft my own Violence Against Women Act, and if they're willing to support it in a crime bill that's going to decimate black communities, both men and women, then they should be bold enough and brash enough to support a separate bill for the violence against women. I think both of these bills, this bill is horrible, so I'm not going to support it at all. But I do support this. I do want to protect women, so I'm going to therefore come up with my own bill and get the support of these people. Shame on them trying to put this in the middle of that bill and support that try to put me and other people in the catch-22. Either I'm damned if I do, I'm damned if I do not. That's what I would have did. Stop using that as an excuse. But I know Bernie Sanders one that supported this mess. Not after the crime bill and the study case studies on the crime bill. I know for a fact he wouldn't have never supported stop and frisk. For a fact. My people perish for lack of knowledge. That is scripture. That is Bible. That's what I tell people. Don't be sleeping on the scriptures. The scriptures is truth. My people perish for lack of knowledge. And we as a community, we perish because we don't take time to understand who the person we're about to vote for really is. I don't care who he is, as long as he's not this. You better care who he is. He could be 10 times more. You just won't take the time out to see. He probably done just as much as dirt as this guy, but you won't even take time to go check their record. This is part of Bloomberg's record, this audio. And then he got the nerves to say, this doesn't reflect my judgment on criminal reform. Dude, you ain't trying to do criminal reform. You're trying to do criminal profiteering. And that's what this whole stop and frisk was all about. To this very day, they're still using that model, 15 to 25, black and Latinos. You go after them. If they don't know their rights, go ahead and violate them. They won't even know you violate them because they don't know their rights. That's why it's important. Now, black community, my black brothers and sisters, some of you do this. The white community, they teach their kids the Constitution. You have to take time out to teach your kids the Constitution. Heck, you don't even have to take the time out, just pop up a YouTube video, put the doggone tablet in their face and put headphones on. They need to learn their constitutional rights. If they don't, the cops going to violate them tooth and toenail. Because their job is still to stop and frisk. And I add fish. Fish for information to see if you got any kind of warrant or something so we could pull your butt in and take you downtown, put you in processing, hopefully put you in a private prison system so my bosses can make money. A lot of cops are stepping back from that, and my hat's off to you. And that's why every Monday I'm going to be pushing this Legal Shield program, because this helps you with this mess. Cop about to approach you, you automatically say, the services will teach you what to do and what to say. Is it your question to detain, arrest me, officer? Did I commit a crime? I'm free to go, right? Peace. I ain't got nothing to say to you. You're not going to get nothing out of me. Or if it look like you're going to arrest me, you say you're going to arrest me. All right, well, if it's your intention to question, detain, or arrest me, you have to allow me to call my attorney. Now, guess what, officer? I have an attorney, and I have one on standby. I'm allowed to call him, and I'm going to call him right now. You're not going to arrest me and take me to intake to call him and have me wait 2 days before I finally get a call. No, I'm going to call my attorney right now, and you can pull out the app, tap the red button, say emergency situation, and talk to an attorney that's going to help you out in that emergency situation. And 9 times out of 10, they know exactly what's going on. I remember I'm going to say this and I'm done. An elderly lady was trying not to miss her train, and she was fumbling to get into her pocket. So I said, what you need, mama? You need to get on the train? So I was coming off the train. I swiped her on the train. They grabbed me and her. She was just trying to not miss the train. But these numbnuts grabbed me and her, pull us to the side, start asking me questions. She don't have Legal Shield. I do. So when the cops started asking me the question, I said, you got any questions? You're going to have to talk to my attorney about that. They're like, okay, well, after we finish with you and we get you downtown, you could call your attorney. Nah, bro. I got an attorney right now on standby. You're going to allow me to call my attorney right now. And I had witnesses looking. People nosy, they looking. If he was to deny me my right to call my attorney immediately, then that's an automatic lawsuit. I was hoping he did so I can sue him, because money. Well, My attorney knew the positions of each officer. And he told me the person to your far right, that is the lead officer. You hand the phone to him and put it on, or put it on speakerphone and let me address him out and open. Well, I didn't put it on speakerphone. I handed the phone to him. And the attorney addressed him. Peace out, I'm gone. Instead of you trying to fight, get your hands off me, you pig. You violating my rights and blah, blah, blah. You can still stand for your rights. But look, if you got any questions, if you detaining me or you plan on arresting me, I want to call my attorney now. No, I want to call my attorney now. I have a right to call my attorney now. Let me call my attorney. Go in my jacket, reach for my phone. This is the only search I consent to. Reach for that phone, because I don't want to go in my pocket and y'all think I'm trying to pull something out and I'm dead in the subway. Reach for my phone. Thank you. Allow me to call my attorney. And I called my attorney, and my attorney handled the situation. I didn't have to handle it. Anyway, that's why I'm on a mission letting people know about this. Now, my voice is about to be gone. I told you I'm going to keep at this. I got a goal I need to meet, 25 by 25 by 25. I wanted to do broadcasts 25 hours straight to try to reach out to 25 people to support this campaign. We got a couple of you so far. We need a lot more help. And if y'all want your boy to get some sleep, we need to reach our goal of 25. So like, share, make sure you subscribe, hit the notification button, make sure the bell is all the way on. And donate to the channel. Any amount to do will do. PayPal.me/BobTVNYC, all caps. You can donate directly there. No super chats, nothing like that. Directly to the channel, any amount to do. But I am looking for that brigade. I am looking for that 25 by 25, 25, that remnant that's going to donate $25 to the efforts of Bob TV. And also, there is merch. The merch will be on the website, bobtvnyc.com, and you can purchase the No Black Agenda, No Vote t-shirt, and you can purchase the No Slut Voting in 2020 t-shirt. I'm Robert Brown with the Rob Report. Make sure everybody that you know that's black, listen to that recording of Mayor Bloomberg. Everybody that you know is black, make sure you send that through your messenger, your WhatsApp, you link it to a friend on Facebook, whatever you need to do to get them to listen to that, because they need to know before they go and vote for this fool. I'm Robert Brown with the Rob Report. I'll holler at you later. Peace.